slipping back into the same set. Wind's kind of shifted around, but it's just one of those spots where it can really happen from any direction.
I've been told that I talk a little different than most people. I get that. All I know is we have acorns that fall from our trees around here, not them bougie kind of nuts some of you guys have. One thing we all have in common though, someone has introduced us to the outdoors and hunting. Two years back, I found an old red-winged hunter bow in my dad's closet that my grandpa had bought him when he was just 16 years old. I felt something when I picked that thing up. Stress fractures, had lots of stories you could tell. But when I found out that both of my heroes had killed deer with it, I knew that it had at least one more hunt left in it. But the way that I am, I had to take it a step further. I had to make this happen in the same tree that my dad had shot his last archery buck. All doing this while self-filming it and making it happen. Unstringing this bow for the last time was bittersweet. This journey was more than just a hunt. It was more like a legacy that needed a last chapter. For most of my adult life, I've measured deer in inches. But for this one, it was more special. This one was measured in generations.
Whether the hunt is big or small, whether it's guided or on your own, long or short, steep or flat, hard or easy, successful or unsuccessful, regardless of the outcome, there is always a story that can be passed on for generations to come, a story that will never leave, a story that instantly takes you back as soon as you tell it. A story that seems to add more fiction as the years pass by. A story that's your own. This is my story.
No matter the hunt, no matter the outcome, be proud of who you are as a hunter. Be proud of these memories that have been engraved into your adventures. Be proud of your story.
Webster says that the word dichotomy denotes a thing that appears to have contradictory qualities. Sometimes I feel that way about bow hunting. My mind needs the challenge, the break from the everyday world we live in, pushing my body's physical limits to the point of exhaustion, to the point to where I have worried that I might rhabdo out on the mountain. The need to control my emotions when I get close to my quarry and adrenaline is pumping through my veins. On the contradictory side, when I'm getting ready to leave for a hunt, I hate leaving my wife and kids. Most of the time, I'm going to a place where I will have no way to communicate with them except through the occasional satellite call or text. Things can go sideways so fast that within a few minutes, you go from thriving to merely trying to survive. Almost everything in life has some kind of dichotomy, But where is that balance? How can I encourage my kids to chase their dreams if I don't do everything I can to chase mine?
Bye.
He's going down. He's going down. He's going down.
On the same note, if I'm gone too much chasing my dreams, I won't be around enough to shape them into great boys that turn into great men. Eventually, I want to take my boys to share all of my adventures with me, whether it's a backcountry elk hunt or an Alaska sheep hunt. I have no doubt that they would go with me anywhere tomorrow. But I still want their experiences to be as positive as they can, and to slowly introduce them to the other side of the dichotomy. So here I am, back at the dichotomy. My friend Brian describes my boys, in the most positive way possible, as savages. They want to try everything, and if it's dangerous, even better. Their current goal in life is to be bull riders and army men. I want to be around for as many of their adventures as possible. But I also have a need to go on my own, go to the unknown. Whether it's with a bow in my hand or a camera, I need to be out there. I need to sleep with an eye open because I'm in grizzly country. Rely on no one else for my own survival. I need to be awake before the sunrise and push further and beyond the sunsets. Then, I need to come home and soak that in as well. One of my favorite quotes came from a professor talking to his students, and it went something like this. What do you desire? What makes you tick? What makes you, you? What would you like to do if money was not a factor? Find that one thing and do that. If you spend your life chasing money, then you will spend your life completely wasting your time. You will be doing things that you don't like doing in order to continue doing things you don't like doing, which is stupid. It's much better to have a short life that is full of things that you love than to have a long life that is miserable. If you really love what you are doing, then you can eventually become a master at it and turn it into what you do. Once you are a master at what you do, you'll be able to make a living at it. I'm far from a master at what I do. Every day I know that I have more to learn. More about cameras, more about fires, more about the animals I pursue, more about being a good person, and more about being a great dad and husband. But I love what I do, and I'm going to continue chasing it.
It's about 26 inches, so say 27, 28 inches is a keeper. Okay. So when the barrel's down, 27 inches is to here.
Yeah.
So if he's above the barrel, he's a keeper.
Okay.
And you can tell most of them there.
I think I'm ready.
Are you nervous?
Nervous, excited, scared.
In the spring, I had the opportunity to hunt black bears in Canada. On day 2, I saw my first bear. Overwhelmed with anxiety, I slowly began to breathe and regain focus, knowing that I may have an opportunity to take a shot. Being miles from civilization in the Canadian wilderness was a terrifying thought, and overcoming that fear would be a challenge. I prepared for this day, visualized success, and this was my moment to achieve the goal of harvesting my first black bear. Battling my adrenaline was no easy task, and I knew it was time. Focused on my target, I took the shot. I was told once that a clear path to your intended target is not always met with ease, and that all hunters one day leave the field in disbelief, guilt, or even tears. And in my case, all three. My Aunt Susan was the strongest woman I know, and the flame that drives me to succeed. She taught me to never lose sight of the beauty in the adventure, and that failure only leads to future success. In her honor, I will continue to set goals for myself and stay strong. I will respect these amazing animals, and I will never give up the hunt. I may have fallen short of my goal, but remembering the woman who inspired me and continuing the climb, to me, is the beauty in failure.
So they call it the golden hour. So if you're able to get back to a field hospital within an hour, your chances of survival go way up when you have a catastrophic injury. My name is Joseph Woodkey. I'm originally from a small farming community called Port Hope, Michigan. Once I was getting ready to go graduate high school, I really didn't know what I wanted to do, and really wasn't looking forward to just going to college or not. So I ended up enlisting in the Marine Corps right out of high school. Within just over a year of enlisting, I found myself being deployed to Afghanistan when I was only 19 years old. The unit in Afghanistan had taken some heavy losses, so they needed some help. So we were sent in to support them, and we were back in the Helmand province fighting just outside of Sangin. We had been there for a couple months, and on March 29th of 2011, in the middle of the night, we set up some support by fire. We were going on a mission. We had been taking some pretty heavy indirect fire from a Taliban position. We finally got some intel on where they were at, so we were going after them. And as we picked up early in the morning to start moving on to position, I was wounded.
Like to the left of that post, the telephone pole?
Yeah.
Good? Yeah. The skyline. That's him. Okay. I'm not sure. Need him to keep going left. That's a nice one. Alright. So he was looking back. His body and his head are facing to the left. 2 does and 3 small bucks, about 225 yards from here. We're hoping that the big one, I said he'll come in the same way. And then Joey's hopefully gonna set up on one of these sides. Hopefully get a shot at him. two. I'm going two. Small one's running. Alright, there's a big one. Alright. Wait till he stops out ranging for you. Hold on. That's not that far. Hold on. Hold on. Alright. What's he at? 250. Yeah. Wait till he stops though.
You know, so they call it the golden hour. So if you're able to get back to a field hospital within an hour, your chances of survival go way up when you have a catastrophic injury. So on March 29, 2011, we set up a support by fire position as we were about getting ready to move into what we believed was a Taliban stronghold. And when we picked up in the morning to start moving, I only took a few steps and I stepped on a pressure plate IED, improvised explosive device. When I tried to sit up and I realized that I couldn't, and then as I started looking around, I realized, you know, how badly I actually had been wounded. And then the pain really just set in, and it was, you know, overwhelming. I felt like, you know, I was on fire. And as I kind of settled down and realized what was going on, I was looking around and I was trying to talk to the guys, you know, like, you know, were you able to stop the bleeding? You know, like, am I injured anywhere else? Is anybody else injured? Is everybody else okay? And, you know, so they're talking to me, trying to keep me calm. At a certain point, I got into like a mindset where I knew that if I just closed my eyes, you know, all the pain would go away and everything would just be fine. And you know, it was a weird, surreal feeling that came over me. And as I kind of started feeling myself fall into that, I was like, you know, this isn't where my story ends. I gotta keep fighting. And then I snapped out of that, and everything came rushing back. And you know, I knew I was going to be in for a long fight, but you know, that wasn't going to be how I went out. Wow. All right. Yeah. 250. Yeah. Wait till he stops though. 250, Joey. You got him. Wait, keep on him. All right, get another one racked. He's not popping out anywhere, so that might be good. Pray that the mule deer's down and Joey put a good hit on it and we're able to recover this animal. Amen. Amen. I'm so grateful for, you know, the clean harvest and for this animal and Trekking Outdoors and Kyle for having me out here, and just really appreciate it, man. It's you know, awesome opportunity, and I couldn't be more grateful. I was 21, straight out of the battlefield. Now I found myself, you know, being a double amputee. Really at first it was very scary. I didn't know what life was going to have in store for me, what I was even going to be able to do. Shortly after I moved to Tennessee, one of my buddies had started playing some disabled sports, and so I started going out to, you know, practice with him, and that's when we found sled hockey. And at first it was just us guys going out and having fun. You know, we were terrible, just learning the game. I had never played hockey before. I didn't even know all the rules. But as we kept playing and working harder, you know, we just started getting better. We started getting noticed by, you know, the U.S. coaches and getting asked to come try out and things. And it took a few years, but then once I graduated from college, I told myself I'd give myself a year to really get in the gym and skate as much as possible and try and you know, make the U.S. national team, and I was able to do that. But we ended up getting to compete in the Czech Republic for the World Championships, which we won. And then the next year, it was the Winter Games in Beijing. So that was obviously nerve-wracking. Every year you have to try out, so just trying to stay on the team, get to that, and pretty soon I found myself heading to China. It was absolutely, you know, amazing experience. You know, we're out there for almost a month, and We ended up beating Canada 5-0 in the gold medal game. So I had worked for years at this point to get there, and just the opportunity to get back out, put that flag back on my shoulder and represent you know, the United States, the country that has given me so much, just meant the world to me.
Searching for distraction.
The goal every year is not to shoot the biggest buck, although that would be nice. Our main goal for the fall is to see as many places as we can. It's on the verge of dumping. It's almost not worth going out there, but yeah, I'm not really sure what the plan is now, because the plan was to bait a couple of spots tonight and then head to Oklahoma. Fingers crossed, bucks start showing up and we get some better wins, because right now it's not looking promising where we want to go. So yo, the best camera right now from what I've seen has been that west end.
Well, there's no spot there. You can saddle hunt it.
Yeah, these woods look nice. You're rolling. Run the saddles. Fresh. Base bait, the last one was like down in the plastic. It's a tricky spot, it's a real birdie spot, but ideally we would be about 15 yards so we can see that field. One of the does was walking this way. We had 3 does come in, they just would not leave us until Frenchie decided he had to pee. And they all blew. Off they went. They might be back in Kansas by now. Beautiful morning here in Oklahoma. We just saw our first shooter in Oklahoma. Figure out what the next move is and hope it's the right one. Grace, come right here. Come right towards us. Right here, big buck. Come right down the edge. He's right here, dude. Matt. Yep, here's zero right here. 9.1 yards. There he is. Dude, great deer. Give me some. That was weird. We're literally in the middle of the road and just walked right by us like 10 yards. Just getting back to Kansas. Obviously, it's last light, so we're not in the stand. So we're gonna do a little scouting, but we're excited. Timing should be really nice. I think each year we have that favorite state we're looking forward to the most. And for us, it's Kansas. Hunting the river bottoms out here is one of my favorite places to be. Our wind is not good. It's swirling all day. We're finally up in the tree in Kansas. Went to Oklahoma, came back. We will spend the most time here. I won't leave Kansas until I feel like I've exhausted this property or refilled our tag. We came into Kansas with such high hopes, so we're just hoping for one of these bucks to come by. That's great. Our goal was to get set up as fast as we could and then rattle, so. Come to buck down the hill right here, same trail. Here it comes, dude. That was a buck we call Baker. My knees are still shaking. If we get another crack at him, we're not gonna miss it. We're optimistic. And we kinda need it to happen here. We got maybe a half hour. That's a buck we call Baker, baby. I mean, that can't be 60 yards right in the creek. Dude, his body is ginormous. Our next state up is Illinois, and to me that's a bonus hunt at this point. This is the last leg of Frenchie and I's archery tour, if you want to call it that. We hung this set this morning. We got in late last night. Right underneath that Y. I saw it. We actually ended up slipping back into the same set. Wind's kind of shifted around, but it's just one of those spots where it can really have it from any direction. Right here. Right down the middle. Eh. Dude, what is going on this fall? You didn't have that roll, did you?
Oh yeah, I was going.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sweet. As I sit here in Illinois with my tag filled, I have mixed emotions. My bow season is over. And 10 days ago, we were driving out west with hopes of a great bow season. A lot of times we make educated guesses on what the deer might do, and it almost never works. And this year, everything seemed to fall into place. If I'm being honest, I enjoy the years I struggle, because to me that's what bow hunting is. I'm not sure what my next year's goals might be, but all I know is I'll be counting down the days until I get the chance to bow hunt again.
I didn't grow up elk hunting, and I love doing it because it's very challenging. It's, so different from whitetail. You're really kind of chasing the animal.
Basically, from the time that we could go with our grandpa and our dad, we've been hunting together. We're both kind of the mindset of you do what it takes.
It's part of Wyoming that I love. You can expect long days, a lot of hiking. I think we averaged around 10 miles a day.
The tougher the hunt, the more fun it is and the more memorable it is. When you go back and look on it, those are the hunts that you remember.
She come out to break a night, the pink skies waving goodbye. She come out to break a night, leaving no traces around.
Still getting used to this elevation.
She's trying to free a reckless heart. She's trying to be as light as a breeze.
Day 4, we asked him, hey, can we try a different area? So we headed over there the afternoon of day 4.
If you're not willing to put in the effort, you're not willing to push through the pain, a lot of times it just won't happen. But if you do and you are willing to put that in, then those opportunities do present themselves.
We saw the big one. We'd seen the big one the end of day 4. And I kind of had my sights on him, but also knew the chances were pretty slim. Every bull had cows with them, whether it was a herd of 20, 30, 40, 50. We got on the backside of this mountain where most of the elk were, and we heard one bugle. I told Jared that if I can get him to come in, if I can call him in, that I'm gonna shoot him. So I start cow calling to him, and he starts bugling, he starts coming in, and so I draw right away because he's coming straight at us.
He's moving to the right.
It wasn't a good setup the way the bull came in. I knew that, when he had to draw, he took his time getting into position where Josh would have a shot. I thought he was going to have a shot sooner.
You're trying to prepare as much as you can, and then thinking, putting yourself in situations like, okay, I can draw here, I can draw there.
And then finally the bull moved over, and I was worried just because he had drawn, he'd held that draw for so long.
Archery, it's a game of, aim small, miss small, and you can't make any mistakes. Still drawn back, and He comes out into the opening finally. I think it's around 2.5 minutes that I've been at full draw. My arms are shaking. I'm sure I pulled, but I shot him through the neck.
I felt sick for him. I hate that feeling, and I hated that feeling for him.
I was mad at myself for, not stopping and, just putting down, even though it might have been my only opportunity on that trip. Wait all year to do this, you draw a tag you'll probably never draw again, and then it's over like that. I would have been overjoyed to have found that bull. I was hoping he would bed down, but for 2 hours he never did, and it just, it looked like he was gonna make it. I was pretty excited, to say the least. I mean, when the guide said, hey, you can keep hunting. Perseverance is the word that kept coming into our head. James talks about perseverance, that, we need to stay the course until the end. So that's what we did.
Had a little bit more knowledge kind of on what the bulls were doing, what the elk were doing. I was pretty confident that we were going to be able to get on them again. Basically, it was go time.
We run into heavy fog, and so getting up onto the mountain was pretty difficult because there was elk just scattered everywhere. I mean, I've never heard so many bugles in my life. We finally get to the top, and we see the bull, our target bull, and we're looking to the northeast, and all of a sudden there's like 4 herds of 50 elk coming our way. So there's 200 elk, and they come into this little ravine that all of the elk that we're watching are holed up, and they just pretty much blow them out. It's like, I can't believe this happened. I mean, there goes the chances. I remember texting my wife, telling her that, hey, it feels like it's the bottom of the 9th. There's 2 outs, there's 2 strikes, and Nolan Ryan is pitching me. There's not much chance here. There was a cabin, the biggest part of the herd where the big bull was. They were probably a quarter of a mile away from there. But like Jared, hey, let's just get down there. I don't know if we're gonna have a chance, but we'll at least be close to the elk. Probably the last 150 yards, we've got to crawl on our belly, and we get up to that cabin, and I'm kind of in awe of it because, you can tell it's been there a long time. It's got no roof. And I kept telling Jared, I was like, man, wouldn't it be awesome if we killed a bull like straight through one of these windows? 30 minutes later, there was a bull walk by, but he kept going straight north. All of a sudden, Jared's like, there's a bull over here.
There was a crack in the logs of that cabin where I could see through. So I put the camera up there, hit focus on the elk. I couldn't even tell if it was in focus or not.
That's the bull. I draw back, and he's right there, 15, 20 yards away.
Part of it was disbelief. I mean, just the way it happened, being in a cabin in the middle of nowhere, and having the bull walk right by that cabin. And not just a bull, but the bull that you wanted.
I'm freaking out. I'm grabbing Jared's leg. He's trying to continue filming, and I'm just in amazement. mistakes don't define who you are as long as you learn from them. I felt like this was a group effort. Yeah, I pulled the trigger, but this was Jared and I's bull, and that's really how I look at it.
Thank you, Jesus. I cannot believe that. That's insane. That's why you don't quit till the very end. That is crazy.
It's not the easy hunts that you remember. It's the hard ones. It's the ones that push you mentally and physically. Those are the ones that we remember.
Unbelievable. Some people will say, "Oh, it was luck that you got that," but it's more about putting yourself in the place to be lucky. It's miserable at the time. You want to quit. You want to stop, but you just keep going, and it just makes it so much more worth it.
Man, when I hear that first gobble, like a booming, roaring gobble.
Camouflage decoy and real tree camouflage.
Doesn't matter how many times I hear it. I don't know if it's a combination of the springtime buildup of turkey season coming, and I've done it since a child.
Tell them who you are first.
Jay Maxwell.
From where?
From Thompson, Georgia. And I killed my first bird on April 3rd. I shot him with a muzzle loader. Real nice bird.
We'll blast the field up here, see if anything's in it. Send a turkey dog after him.
The first opportunity that I had to kill a bird was 4 or 5 jakes that actually came in on us. I remember telling Dad that I didn't want to kill a jake for my first bird. I wanted to kill a big bird. Well, about 3 hours later, 7 o'clock, super late, we were actually going to a farm to roost a bird, and we heard some birds gobble, and we dove into this big hardwood bottom, and when we got in there, I mean, the first call we made, they were coming. They have cut the distance in half. I'm just sitting down between Dad's legs, and we got the old feather flex decoys up, and I remember Gary just taking the mic and throwing it, and running back to the tree, and before he could even get sat down, I could see him coming. I took off running out there. I remember looking back at Dad going, do I go now? And he was like, yeah, go. So I took off and got out there and I picked that bird up. And I took my head net off and, we started looking at the bird and it was just amazing how it all went down. I killed some really nice deer in my life and I'm very blessed to do that, but I had rather chase a turkey over sitting in a deer stand any day of the week.
Something's wrong with you?
Nope. My teeth would have banged.
Hold right there. Go back to your left. All right, just stand there and look at me, sir.
Kyla loves to deer hunt. She likes to bow hunt, but she loves her time sitting in the tree, and just thinking and relaxing and waiting on that big deer to come in. That drives her. But growing up with me, I mean, you got to turkey hunt. You got to at least try.
I see him. Somebody took his head off now. Right there.
Oh, thank you, Lord. Praise you.
Now McKenna came to me last year and she's like, Dad, I really want to kill a turkey. Dad, I really want to kill a turkey. I'm like, okay. So we got the 410 shooting good. I roosted some the night before and we knew where they were going to be. So you and I took her in there and we set up and got the decoy kind of set up right. And it was almost a picture perfect hunt. I mean, it was pretty close.
McKenna's here on the 410. We'll see if we can get him in here about 25, 30 yards. Knock his head off.
That is picture perfect right there. You did. You did. I mean, you crushed him. Yeah. Good job, baby. What do you think now? You enjoy that? Pretty fun watching him strutting back and forth? Pretty cool.
Sitting between my dad's legs and watching that whole thing just kind of unfold, it literally set the stage, for my turkey hunting career.
Nobody totes your turkey out. It'd be bad luck for the rest of your life. Turkey hunting. Yep, you gotta hold them right here. And this right here is gonna bend right over your shoulder, just like this right here. See that? Yeah, he might peck you in the booty while you're walking.
It is the most beautiful, ugliest bird in the world. And God designed them perfect. Every one of them is different. And I think that's why it's such an addiction, a deception, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I'm always just trying to figure out why he did what he did and, what do we need to do? And I think that's part of, this year, going to all these states and spreading that to you guys. And hopefully you're going to pick up the same passion too. And if you don't, oh well, it's just more birds for me to kill. So, but yeah, man, I'm ready. I'm ready.
.14 gauge shotgun. Using feather flex decoys and real tree camouflage. And shot the decoy, that's all right. Let's see what I can do, get you a good close up. Smile. There you go. Oh, they pretty good.
signifies the realization of a lifelong aspiration.
See what we've woke up to here. This is actually opening morning of my very first ever Dall sheep hunt. We've been working our way up this mountain since yesterday. This is awesome though. Dustin's staring at me like, let's go. We were supposed to be here in 2020 originally, and then the pandemic hit and we weren't able to get into Canada. So our hunt was canceled in 2020, again in 2021, and here we are. It's something I've dreamed of my whole life, and then just the last 5 years been waiting for to happen. It's so high up there, and it's not easy to do. It's not cheap to do. So it was a big reach for me to kind of make the commitment to be here.
For months, I have prepared myself both physically and mentally, examining every piece of equipment and researching the terrain. The Northwest Territories can be brutally unforgiving. It requires meticulous planning and peak physical condition. And yet, despite our best efforts and well-laid plans, life typically finds a way to shatter these illusions of control.
I just found out that my Aunt Sue passed away last night, so, you know, I couldn't be in a much more beautiful spot to remember her. Just, yeah, sometimes it's hard. Let the adventure begin.
As it always is for those left behind, we've little choice but to press on. It's through these unexpected deviations that we uncover our true strength. Amidst the chaos, we find the opportunity to redefine ourselves, to grow, to evolve.
There's a lone sheep there.
I haven't traveled this far, invested so much time and effort, and endured these hardships for just any ram. My objective for the next 10 days, while undeniably challenging, is crystal clear. I am here to claim North America's most prestigious big game trophy. I'm here to harvest the oldest and largest ram in these mountains.
First, they still can't drink it.
So right now, we're watching a ram cross the basin here that from this distance looks like a ram that definitely needs a closer look. But I mean, you couldn't ask for more than this, and we've already got a ram that's looks like it's worth a closer look. So, kind of one of those pinch yourself moments. You're finally here.
The fact that it never gets dark here this time of year has its challenges. Knowing when to keep pushing or sleep can be a blurred line at times. We are just now thawing out from spending the night on the mountain. No tent, no sleeping bags. We're out of food now. But the ram is like slowly coming towards us, and we're at this point of commitment that we can't back out now, or we could lose our one opportunity when he crosses through here. So we're just like trying to stay warm, trying to keep our mind in it. But we're gonna have to make a decision here pretty soon whether somebody goes back down the mountain to get food and comes back up, or we stay on here. Oh, that sun feels so good. That's as warm as it's been all day. He caught our wind about 80 yards out. So he came right into the zone, and right when we thought it was gonna happen, he spooked. Just like every other animal, they go and do something that just completely blows you away and humbles you, makes you realize the game's a lot tougher than you even think it is. That'll humble a guy real quick. 3 days worth of work just to watch him wind us and go up over the top, and there's just, you're not gonna catch him in this country. I've been training for this hunt for about the last 6 months. Even being prepared and spending a lifetime in the mountains, I will say I wasn't quite ready for this hunt. I knew it was going to be tough, but it was even tougher than that. The thing that I've learned is sheep hunting is a lot more mental than physical. You can either be in the best shape or the worst shape, but it's all upstairs if you keep going.
It's hard. It's not for everybody sleeping on rocks. I know guys that are football players or big jocks that, run marathons. 2 days sleeping on rocks, eating freeze-dried, running out of water, going several days without a change of underwear. People say, get me out of here. I've had enough of this. So sheep hunting, especially backpack hunting, is a different ballgame. But on the other hand, it's so rewarding. And you learn a lot about people in a tent when you spend 10 days with them.
Too small, man. 100 yards. Just a young ram. Full curl ram, 2 yards. Directly below me. Full curl, but what do you think? Like
4, I think. He was probably like maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But just a young one. Not one we're after.
That was incredible, though. Probably the coolest single experience of this hunt for me was coming over the top of a legal ram at about 2 or 3 yards right below me. And he was a 5 to 6 year old ram. We're looking for something twice that old. And so we kind of counted coup, let him go, and got some incredible footage. But that for me kind of like fulfilled that dream, getting close to that ram. I didn't know if that would ever happen in my lifetime. So to come over the top and have him right there was like, check that box, even if I didn't kill a ram. The pursuit of what lies just beyond our grasp is where the true essence of bow hunting, and perhaps life's most rewarding moments, unfold. While some seek challenges through marathons or scaling towering peaks, bow hunting offers a unique path to self-discovery, purposefully venturing beyond our comfort zones and challenging our perceived limits. This deliberate choice speaks to the essence of human nature, to yearn for what seems almost unattainable. I've dreamed since I started sheep hunting of taking a sheep with a bow, and I still haven't been able to do it. I believe it's crucial not to paint a misleading picture of constant success, as the reality is that most hunts end without achieving the intended goal. Bow hunting sheep has become my ultimate pursuit, a challenge that has brought me to the brink of success numerous times, yet I've yet to let an arrow go. The pursuit of these elusive moments serves as a driving force, keeping us sharp and pushing the boundaries of our capabilities. Coming into this, I just figured if I didn't get one with the bow, I would just come back. And being out on the mountain and having conversations and realizing how tough it is out there, and just the old saying that tomorrow's never promised. Now, you might wonder why I'd choose to share this story over any other hunt that ended just as you'd suspect it would. Despite the success achieved by taking a ram on the last day with a rifle, this particular hunt resonates eternally as the bow hunt that propelled me to my very best. A testament to the enduring allure of the bow and arrow as a symbol of challenge and unfulfilled potential. It's a narrative that lingers, leaving the bow hunter in me wondering the what-ifs, promising that this story is far from over.
Webster was wrong. Elk hunting cannot be defined in the dictionary. This is elk hunting. Only as a hunter can you fully understand the pursuit of an animal and everything that goes into it. It begins with a burning passion and a dream. Something that burns inside of you that you begin to obsess over, but one you know may never come true. Every once in a while, there comes a time where that dream meets opportunity. You prepare endlessly. Dry, barren desert turns to rugged mountains. The terrain is unforgiving. Your eyes and your glass are your greatest advantage. You spend hours and days searching for these massive animals that can appear and disappear like a ghost in the blink of an eye. With a glimpse, the stalk is on. With every footstep, there's delicacy. Bow range. Can you get there in time? Is the wind right? Can you beat the eyes of other countless elk? All of the variables building. And then, just like that, opportunity has faded out of range. Hunting is a series of failures. The odds are against you, and the outcome is typically unfavorable. But with every encounter, you learn a little more and are fueled with persistence to keep going. You drive yourself both mentally and physically until that moment, once again, presents itself. Heart racing. Everything seems perfect. And at the last second, the bull of your dreams is once again gone out of your life. This is elk hunting. You are left with nothing but an intense passion, a bigger dream, and a drive that keeps you coming back for more. 365 days around the sun, and another elk season is upon us. You are focused, more prepared than ever, but will you have a chance? In a splitting moment, a bull appears, and once again, the chase is on. Your footsteps are that of a mouse compared to an elk. Trying to keep up seems impossible. 2 steps closer, 4 steps further away. Then you freeze. The impossible becomes reality. They're moving too quick, and for the second year in a row, your dreams disappear into the darkness. As the sun rises again, so do your hopes. Your eyes tired, yet endlessly searching. Hours of spotting, little glimpses, and an opportunity unveils. Strategy turns to execution. Footsteps now hurried to get into position. 50 elk headed your way. You see tines staggering through the brush. This is it.
Did you see that shot? Dude, I just...
This is elk hunting. Every single thing leading up to this moment. A dream bull, But more than that, every second that consumed your mind, all of the close calls, the failures, the lessons, and the preparation and persistence. As a hunter, you don't give up, but you use each moment as fuel to your fire. And that appreciation at the end is for the animal itself, its life, the people around you, the memories that all flood back to right here, right now. This is elk hunting. As an elk hunter, the pursuit was never about just claiming a trophy. It was about becoming part of a timeless dance, respecting the untamed spirit that lives within the elk and the mountain. This is elk hunting.